When Trump heads to Beijing next week, he's walking in seemingly weaker than he wants to be. That's what former U.S. officials and experts are telling me. Here's the thing. He's going to be the first U.S. president to step foot in China in nearly a decade. But this Iran war has really scrambled the leverage going in. This trip was supposed to happen earlier this spring. President Trump pushed it back because of this war, which he said would last 4 to 6 weeks. Well, now it's been 10 weeks. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Gas prices are surging, and the president's approval ratings are at a record low. Now, publicly, the administration is pressuring Beijing to use its leverage over Tehran to convince Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. That's what Secretary of State Marco Rubio said publicly this week. But experts tell me that China doesn't really plan to deliver much on Iran or to get too deeply involved. They really see this as America's problem to solve, and they can wait this out for longer. Beijing has built up its strategic oil reserves. It's also invested heavily in clean energy. The bigger risk to China, actually, is that it's an export-dependent economy. So if this crisis leads to a global recession, that could really hurt China's economy. But in the meantime, analysts are telling me that this reduces America's military posture in the Indo-Pacific, and it keeps President Trump distracted from China. But let's talk through what Trump wants out of this trip. Promises to buy American goods like Boeing planes, agricultural products, an extension of the trade truce. And here's what Beijing wants, I'm told: to lock in the trade truce, to push back on U.S. export control, and overall, not to let this Iran war overshadow talks. They want to maintain broader, stable U.S.-China relations. So overall, expect a lot of fanfare, but deliverables really just on the margins. You know, both of these leaders want stable relations for very different reasons, but they want to keep that intact.